All right, it is our story time, and I have picked a book today that is about trying something new. We've been talking about going to kindergarten and trying new things and learning new things. Well, this book is about a boy named Jake, and Jake gets to try a lot of different things in this book. So while we're reading, I want to see what have you tried that Jake is doing. This is called Jake at Gymnastics. So my first question is, what are gymnastics? We're going to learn what all he does at his gymnastics class. All right, and I bet that some of these things you've done. All right, this is by Rachel Isadora. So let's see, what are gymnastics? Well, our story begins with Jake getting to class. Jake says hello to his friends and his teacher, Dave. Everyone is excited for gym time to begin. Look here, he looks really excited to get started. He's not standing in line like everyone else. He is ready to go. First, we stretch on the mats. Remember when we start exercising how we stretch our bodies? Because that helps us get us moving. So, they're doing different types of stretches. Look over here. This is a side split. She puts her legs out really far to the sides. This is a rotating stretch. He's moving his arms back and forth from one side of his body to the other. All right, and this is called peekaboo. Look how she is bent over looking through her legs so she could see anyone standing behind her. All right, this one over here is doing a back bend. That one looks a lot trickier. Look at how she's bending over backwards and has a leg up in the air. And a front split. That's where you're on the ground, but your legs are going very different ways. One is in front and one is behind her. Are any of these things that you have done? Well, this is how their gymnastics class starts, with the stretching. All right, after they stretch, the first thing they do, let's see, this is Maria, and Maria crawls through the tunnel first. If she crawls through the tunnel first, what do you think is going to happen after that? If she's the first one, that means more will come. And it does. It says, everyone follows Maria. Go, Maria. So she has to get down on her hands and knees and crawl through the tunnel. And you know what? That is something we have done at school. Our big long tunnel in the gross motor room, we have all played in that. I bet you didn't know we were doing some gymnastics. All right, then it's time for the balance beam. Look at how she's walking and trying not to fall. Now, she might need a little help. She's holding her teacher's hand over there so she doesn't fall. And then this one, look at her balance so she doesn't fall. She's ready to grab his hand if she needs, though. Dave and his assistant, Toshi, help us on the low beam. Did you know that we've done a balance beam? When we're outside playing on the playground and you guys walk on the wood beam that goes all the way around the slides, you are balancing just like them. And you know what? A lot of you can do it without even holding a hand. I have seen it. Then after that, we try to hang on to the parallel bar as long as we can. So they hold on until their arms are just so tired they can't do it anymore, and then they drop down to the floor. It's fun to jump on the trampoline. Do any of you have a trampoline at home? So that's part of their gymnastics. They see how high they can jump. And then our friend Jake in the story, he swings high on the rope. Wow, that is a pretty cool skill. He started over here and he's swinging all the way, but he has to hold on really tight because that's not something we want to fall off of. That's something I bet he has practiced a lot. Time to tumble. This is something I've seen a lot of my friends doing. You get on the floor and roll over. And I've seen you roll different ways. You roll sometimes over your head, Sometimes you roll to the side. Sometimes you lay on your back and roll. I've seen lots of different types. This is something they practice in gymnastics. Good thing they're on a nice comfy mat so they don't get hurt on the hard ground. See this mat down here? That helps protect them when they're doing all of these. We all take turns doing somersaults. So that's more of, see how they bend over, and it takes balance. Have you ever tried to lean over like that and just fallen? Sometimes that happens, like our friend over here. Oops. Who's tried a somersault? I've seen lots of you do somersaults. You might not have even known what they were called. And it's some of that tumbling, the flipping over that you've done. Jake watches Laura do a handstand. Now this isn't tumbling over. This isn't rolling. She gets on her hands and she doesn't fall. She keeps her legs way up in the air. That is really hard to do. I can't do that. And I'm not sure if Jake can either. He's watching his friend. Because Laura looks like she's practiced that a lot. That is pretty talented. Then we bounce up and down on the bouncing balls. That looks like so much fun. You can bounce high, you can roll around. You can see how many bounces you can go fast. Oh my goodness, I wish we had one of these to play in. Everyone loves to jump barefoot into the ball pit. Look at all the different colored balls all over. So when they jump in, they squish down into those, and they can move around. They can try to get back out and jump in again. That looks like a lot of fun. I wonder how that would feel, being in the ball pit with balls all around you, because that's a lot of them. Imagine if your bathtub were filled with bouncing balls. Think about sitting in your bathtub filled with it. That's kind of what they're doing. Right before we go home, Dave says, "Let's be birds." So now they're all practicing moving and acting like animals. Jake even makes the noise. Tweet, tweet, as they go, flapping their arms up and down. We spread our wings and fly out the door. See you next week. So, gymnastics class lets us do lots of different things we might not have tried before. But you know, we don't have to be in a class to do these things. We can try to do the splits at home. We can do our somersaults. Maybe with grown-ups' help, you could even practice doing a handstand, standing on your hands with your feet in the air. All right. So let's all try today to do something different. Maybe we can pick one of the things they did in the book and try it ourselves. Good luck, and make sure that you're safe and on a soft carpet or something so you don't fall over and get hurt.